So I was happening upon the internet one day, searching for something interesting to share, and I came across this fantastic tweet from 2020, where their dear Representative Congresswoman Annie Kuster, who Dexter and I have a fair bit of opinions on overall, but this is just peak. It's just peak. It's just anyone in politics to have something like this on the internet. Thank you, Twitter, X, or whatever your name is, for fantastic instances like this. This is the tweet from, once again, Congresswoman Kuster. With our country so consumed by division, at Pete Buttigieg is the leader, we can finally turn the page on the Trump presidency and bring our nation together. He has the courage to break from the past to lead us to a better future. I'm excited to endorse him to be our next president. Dexter, were you this excited to hear about Pete Buttigieg running for president back then in 2020?
Oh, yeah, you know, I was really rooting for him.
It's just... And things just age so terribly sometimes, and it's so beautiful with hindsight to look back and say that was the worst decision. Pete Buttigieg has been the worst cabinet member that I can think of that has been forced into the public spotlight for lack of competence over and over again. Still hasn't done anything to fix anything. We've got trains falling off. Railroads all over the place. Airlines can't stay operational. The air traffic control threatens to strike every other week. It is just a total cluster. And this guy still is, for some reason, floating around over there with his husband that has said some very not positive things about him in a documentary that was put out. I mean, this guy is like the stereotypical failed his way to the top and is, for some reason, still there.
Well, you know, and it's interesting because even at the time, his campaign wasn't that great. Well, before he became the Secretary of Transportation, you know, there was someone, I think it was on Bill Maher, who was just talking about an anecdote that happened here in New Hampshire, where Buttigieg was giving a speech, and this guy is from D.C., I think, or from California. I think it might have actually even been Matt Taibbi who was talking, and he was saying how he's watching this event, and he's thinking, wow, Buttigieg is great. He's really connecting with these people in, you know, this sort of small northern New Hampshire town. And then after the event was over, he went and he spoke to some of the people, and they all said, God, that guy was weird. You know, so even then, when Kuster, you know, who is here, is commenting on his great candidacy, he was not being very well received in New Hampshire.
No, no one on the ground thought he was good. Like, it was the establishment Democratic Party put out there that this is our next guy, this is our guy, we're going to go for him. And he failed so catastrophically that we ended up with a half a dead guy running for president from his basement, not bothering to show up, or randomly calling people fat on the campaign trail. Yeah, we've now got this guy as the transportation secretary because he couldn't even make it to VP because he wasn't black or woman enough for Joe Biden to select him for VP. I mean, I don't, politics, man, politics.
Well, you know, and it's what, too, where I think maybe they gave him transportation with the expectation that it was something he could sort of sail through, you know, because his one credit was, you know, being the mayor of a mid-sized city. And they thought, well, okay, maybe that's something he can handle, just like Kamala could be the border czar. I think she's the AI czar now, too, so that's going great. They keep giving these people important roles, thinking that they're throwaways, that they can just sort of keep them in the cabinet and keep them happy. And it turns out they're actually called to perform. They fail in new and amazing ways.
It's almost like, in theory, the government is in charge of our country, but in that there are no necessarily tiny jobs. Like, no, this guy's responsible for making sure, the airplanes stay in the air consistently and that their software doesn't shut down randomly twice within 3 months. Oh, that could be bad for our economy.
Shipping's not important either to the U.S. and global economy, you know, by rail and air and road.
Cloud over this tiny town going, oh no, that can't be good.
I think Biden's still planning to visit once the smoke clears.
Oh,
yeah,
Trump hit the Trump. Oh my God, that was, if there was one comeback That was his comeback. I'm going to show up there on the ground. I'm going to bring McDonald's with me, and I'm going to show the people I'm there. And then he disappeared, but it didn't matter because he had that bit of Republican MAGA propaganda right there that he can just continue to plaster because the Democrats screwed it up so badly that Mr. King McDonald showed up and won the PR campaign when it came to this.
And I was so happy to see the return of Trump Water too, which I hadn't seen since The Apprentice, maybe 16 years ago. I didn't know it was still around, but no, I was thrilled to see that brand is still out there and doing the Lord's work.
Dexter Tarbox, contributor at NewEnglandTake.com. Like and subscribe. We'll check you soon.